Hi everybody. So today I'm going to do another Bible review, but before we get started, I do want to ask you to make sure that you give this video a like, comment, and also make sure that you subscribe. And also hit that little bell so that you'll be notified when I upload a new review. So today we're going to be looking at a Bible from Trinitarian Bible Society, and this one is the Westminster Reference Bible. Now what makes this one different than the one I've reviewed in the past is this one's going to have the Metrical Psalms. So I'll get you up close so you can see some of those features, which will include more than 200,000 cross-references, concordance and maps, various other Bible study helps, bound in Meriva calfskin leather, and again the Metrical Psalms is what sets this one apart from their other. So this one is going to be in the King James Version. There's our ISBN number. Now this one right now is running right at $120. You can find it for less online, so I'll try to put some links in the description box. You can also get this one in a large print edition, a large print hardcover, as well as just a regular hardcover. And I was going to show you the hardcover, but I believe mine is out in my car and it's snowing, so I'm not going to go get it. Alright, so I'm going to hold that right there in case you would like to pause and read this top section. And then we'll look down here. So it's going to give us a little bit more of the information, like the gilded page edges, 4 ribbons, sewn binding. So a lot of great features in this particular one. Will also give us an example of the way that the text is going to look as far as the layout. So we basically got 4 columns, which I really like. There is their website, which will be linked down below in the description box. So nice clamshell box. I like the way that that opens up. Alright, so this particular Bible measures out at 8 7/8 inches tall by 6 3/8 inches wide, and it is 1.5 inches thick. So we can see we've got red and yellow head and tail bands. We've got really nicely done gold gilding. I think they do an awesome job on their Bibles. This one is a Meriva calfskin, so you can see the grain pattern on there. And it is a nice thick cover as well. So it has a really nice feel to it. On the spine we'll have Holy Bible, Metrical Psalms, Westminster Reference Bible, and TBS. And then we've got these tool lines on there. They're just ever so slightly raised, but I think that looks really nice. So on the inside we'll have a vinyl paste down liner. Also have a few blank pages. One thing that I really like is I like these pages that they do that have the scriptures on them. So I think that's a really nice touch, and with that decorative line around the border, I really like these pages. One thing we can see right here is the stitching there in the gutter, so some evidence of our sewn binding. Then we do have a presentation page. And then we're going to get right into our title pages. One thing that I do want to point out, aside from the other editions there that you can get, is this one is printed and bound in the Netherlands by Youngblood. And if you're familiar with Bibles, you're going to be familiar with Youngblood. So we'll have all of our contents. We'll have an Epistle Dedicatory. We will also have the translators to the reader. And one nice thing is we also have the wide margins on here. So that does make that very nice. Then we're going to get into the various helpful characteristics of the Authorized version. So this is going to go over the use of the italic type, like Lord versus Lord, as far as upper and lower case, use of capitalization. So you definitely want to take some time to familiarize yourself with these first few pages, because that's going to explain a lot about this Bible. It'll go over the references in the margins, the chapter summaries, which we'll look at that, and I really like the way that they do that. And then you definitely want to pay attention to these pages here, because that's going to give you examples of all of those things. I do go into more detail on my review of the non-metrical Psalms edition, so definitely check out that video. We'll have the list of all the books and their abbreviations. Then we're going to get right into the Old Testament. We can see that we do have the double column text, and we also have the double columns on the outside margins. So nice wide margins. And as far as usable margin space for note taking, you've got about 1 1/8 inches of usable space. All right, so we're going to have our chapter headings right there. So you get a nice chapter summary of what you're going to be reading, which I do really like. The text on here is done really well. We can see that it is verse by verse. And one thing that I really like about this particular edition, I'm going to get you a little bit closer so you can see. And my little pointer does not have any ink in it, so don't panic thinking that I'm going to ruin my paper here. So one nice thing is right here where it's got an asterisk, and then we look over to the text. So it's going to tell us the word there, and it's going to give us the meanings of those words. So there's a lot of words in here that it has the meanings. So whenever you do see an asterisk in the text, you'll know to look over to the column, whichever one it's next to, and that's going to tell you what that word means. So that is one feature I really like about the Westminster. But this one, I'm not going to go into too much of detail on this one just because I do have the other video. So one nice thing with this Bible is we're going to have 4 ribbons. So we've got 2 red and 2 black. Now one reason why I like that is because I always do the 1-year Bible reading plan where you read a little bit of the Old Testament, a little bit of the New, and then also some Psalms and Proverbs every day. So that is one thing that I really like about this Bible, having the 4 ribbons. It does have a very nice paper. The font size on this one is going to be a 9.6 on the font. Get you a close-up there. Print quality in this Bible is done very well. And again, I really like having those chapter summaries. So that is pretty unique. So I'll get you a close-up. So this Bible, what's going to be a little bit different with this one is we're going to have the Psalms just in their regular layout, but then we're also going to have Metrical Psalms in the back. So we'll take a quick peek at that as well. Get back to the New Testament here. Then we're going to get to the end of the Bible, and we're going to have our table of weights and measures. So that's going to span a few pages. Then we'll get into the list of words and proper names with their pronunciation. So I do really like that. It also does have a daily reading plan. So the nice thing on here is it's going to give you a little bit of the Old Testament as well as a little bit of the New. So you can see right there next to 31, you can see that you'd read Genesis chapter 32 and then Mark chapter 3. Then we'll get back into our concordance. It's a double column layout. The words are done in bold. Now the concordance is going to span 138 pages, so a good sized concordance. Once we get to the back of that, we're going to have a few pages of blank Bible paper so you can jot down some more notes. So between the margins and these extra pages in the back, you can jot down quite a bit. And now we're going to see what makes this one the Metrical Psalms. So I'm going to get you up closer so that you can pause and read that if you would like. I will pull that away from there. The camera always highlights ghosting, so it's not as bad when I'm looking at it with the naked eye. And then this is going to be the layout for the Metrical Psalms. If you're not sure what Metrical Psalms are, do a Google search, and also there's some videos on YouTube about that as well. So you have the metrical ones in the back, and then you also have the regular Psalms just where they normally fall within the Bible. Now when we get back past those, we can see that we do have a few more pages of blank paper. So you can take some more notes, and then we'll get into our full color maps. We will have 8 maps. They are going to be on a thicker paper, but it is a satin finish. And then once again, we can see some stitching there in the gutter. So again, nice sewn binding. So as long as you take care of this Bible, it's going to last you a lifetime. And again, make sure that you watch my other video on just the regular Westminster, because I do go into a lot more detail as far as all the features that it has. But I did want to highlight that this one is the Metrical Psalms edition. I also do have a video on the large print edition as well. But again, this one is the Metrical Psalms edition. There again is the ISBN number. I will put some links in the description box where you can find this Bible, and then also some links to the other reviews. So if you wanted to get a little bit deeper into it, you can. All right. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.